why I think we might be on the edge of a bank bail-in. I've had a few people, and even myself, tried to transfer some money to someone to help someone overseas, and I've done that before, and the bank locked it off. And I called the bank, and they're like, "Oh, well, the big interview. What's it for? Who's it going to? Where'd it come from?" It's all none of their business. They're making it so difficult to transfer funds. I have a friend that sold his house and is taking that money out of the bank, like a previous video some of you suggested anyway. And as he's doing that, the bank is locked his account. He tried to transfer some money to his wife's account. They locked that off. He had to call the bank, and the bank was, "What's the money for? Where did it come from?" He said, "It came from me, from one of my other accounts to here, to my wife's account with me." And they refused to do it. He ended up having to get onto the bank manager on the phone, the supervisor, and finally got them to agree that he was allowed to have access to his money. I know of others that are doing the same thing. The money's just been locked off, and they try to get it, they can't get it, and it becomes a real issue to try to get it. So I asked myself the question, why are they doing that? And I believe it's a bank bail-in. I think we're on the edge of a bank bail-in. And I'm suggesting that if you have significant funds in a bank, you might need to have a think about what you're doing here. You try and get it out if you're in Australia, and watch what's happening. About to share video on the US. Another 3,000 banks have closed. They're closing ATMs in Australia. They're closing branches. They're doing the same in the US. They are driving us into having a CBDC. They are about to crash our currency. Our currency, I believe the US currency, is already in a free fall. It is collapsing. It's not when it collapses. It is collapsing. It's just people are looking and going, well, I look at the exchange rate, it's not that bad. And I'm like, give me a break. It's manipulated. Those people own the exchange rates. I was in Australia 20 years ago, and I went across the US, and we had major problems in those 20 years of exchange rates, and they stayed pretty consistent. And it's manipulated. And I traded in the Forex once, and it's manipulated. I got out as soon as that became very obvious. I'm sure there's people that have made money in that. This is not about one currency. This is about the system collapsing. The US system drives the world. And as that system is broken, they are telling us. They're not hiding it. We've brought another system in. We have brought in the CBDC. Biden is a WEF member. The WEF is bringing that in. America's currency is going to be WEF controlled, central bank digital currency. So is Australia. We have it here already, ready to go. They're already doing, cards out on the street that people can use. They are coupling the CBDC to cash, and then we are going to find that they will decouple the CBDC from the cash as the cash goes into a hyperinflation free fall, and the CBDC is pegged to the rest of the world. It's a global one world currency from a one world government. Klaus Schwab's words and the words of BRICS. If you haven't looked up BRICS, look it up. It's we're in a multipolar world. BRICS is part of the WEF. Multipolar world. The IMF has a coin, Unicoin or something they're calling it. They've released the CBDC for there. There is a CBDC ready to go in your country. Globalism is knocking at our door. The currency is about to go. Wake up. Go and try and get your money out of a bank here in Australia. And if you've got any significant amount or not even a significant amount, and you will get interviewed and you will get a hard time, because I believe a bank bail-in is on the way.